moments. Jason Dugan asked, do either of you have any fun and memorable, quote, hold my beer moments? You know, it can be music related or not.
I'm having it right now.
Okay.
Hold it. This is beer.
Yes, ma'am.
I want to.
It's held.
Okay, thank you. That was it.
All done. Okay. Hold my beer.
It,
now,
yeah.
Are we gonna talk about hold my beer as in I'm drunk and about to do something stupid, so here, hold my beer, or hold my beer as in psh, I got this, hold my beer, and I'm gonna go do something cool, or do both.
Oh right. Yeah.
It kind of has a dual meaning ish.
Yeah, I think I know it more as like.
I got this, right?
And I'm about to do something unexpected, but
okay.
like it's impressive. But I definitely have heard it the other way before. So, which one?
You go first. Either, both, all. Yes. Go now.
Well, if
quick.
we're doing a silly one, then I think when I was in New York and I was on tour with Melinda, this is my favorite story to tell for like a stupid moment. I was like, you know what, guys, let's avoid public transportation in New York City. It's going to take us 40 minutes to travel 2 miles. I will drive us because I brought my car down. I drove myself to New York. I'll drive us to the venue. We'll beat the chaos of the train schedules and bring all our gear on the train. And everybody was like, oh, Ellie, thank you. This was my first time meeting Melinda in person too, who I've looked up to for a long time and was being able to perform with. And so I was pretty excited to be able to be offering that. So I was like, hold my beer, I got you. I lost my car though, because it's New York. So I parked my car somewhere and had to move it in very early in the morning because of the time limits you can park on certain parts of the street. And so I moved it in a very sleepy haze and forgot to drop a pin on my phone.
I was going to say, they make apps.
Yeah, I know. I forgot to drop a pin because it was just early and I didn't remember where her apartment was. And so I got back to the apartment, went back to sleep, and then woke up. And then we had to go later to the venue, and they were standing on the curb with all the gear. And Melinda had my big container of salty pretzels because I brought that with me. Melinda's holding my pretzels and all
wouldn't you bring
all
salty
the
pretzels?
Instruments and the gear. She's carrying all my trash, and they're standing on the curb, and I'm just zooming back and forth, running through the streets of New York trying to find my Subaru, and I couldn't find it anywhere. And so I was like, guys, I can't find my car. So we all had to run to the train station. We were like booking it so that we didn't miss the train and we're late to the show. And so that was definitely my like stupid, like, hold my beer, I got this, and definitely did not have it.
Okay.
And then I couldn't find my car until we got back to New York. So
you did find the car
eventually. They brought it here.
It's still in New York on blocks now.
It is on
stripped.
Yeah,
entirely.
I was worried that I got towed or something, that I parked wrong, but we had to go to Boston right after that for some shows. And then after Boston, we went back to New York, and that's when I found my car. And it was so close to where I was staying. It was so close to her apartment. It was right around the corner. Like, from her doorstep, I could have tossed like a tennis ball and hit my car. It was that close.
Tell me you walked past it and you like realized like, oh, I had actually walked past it or something when you were looking originally.
I was so stressed out that I don't remember anything. I was so frantic because I was like, I'm going to let her down. She's going to hate me. I'm going to make us late. That was mine.
All right. I have one like weirdly similar actually. I just remembered this. Oh, hold on. Here's how. I went up in like the early 2000s. I went up, my one buddy lived Neil, my tattoo artist, lived up in Benham, Mass. And I was going up in March to go see Dropkick Murphys up in Boston, or in Boston. So yes, indeed. So I went up to go see them, and he couldn't go, but I took his fiance Nancy, and I'm like, yo, all right, let's go. She's gonna go to the show with me. So we didn't want to try to drive in Boston. I've driven in Boston before. You don't want to drive in Boston. So we got on the T, but we had, a few stops out from Boston, jumped on the T, took the train into Boston. End of the show, came back out, got off at the wrong stop, thinking it was the stop where my car was parked, and was scared to death because we were walking around a parking lot, it's just a parking garage, so they're all kind of nondescript. So we're walking around like, oh my God, my car's stolen. We're freaking out for like an hour. And I'm like, this is where I'm like, did we park at a different spot? So we eventually got back on the T and went to the next stop and found my car waiting there, unstolen, unabandoned.
It's the
Yes.
city curse.
It is. It's the damn cities. Yes. Yeah. When you're from the suburbs, cities scare me.
Cities scare me too, a little bit. I'm gonna perform in a bunch of them. I have to be in them, but they do scare me. Be nice to me.
Okay, so let's do the other side. The hold my beer where you just kicked ass and took names.
I think the hold my beer, like for what I picture, like hold my beer, I got this, is probably like adding bagpipes to like guitar solo, like epic, like iconic guitar solos, because I feel like people aren't expecting that with like the guitar bends and the whammy bar and stuff like that. They're not expecting to hear that on the bagpipes, and so it's just like, oh my god, she did that, and it's like very like surprising and like flashy to them. And I recently had like so many of those all in a chunk go viral. And so that is very fresh in my brain.
Fair.
I did
Freebird.
I
Yes.
did Freebird. on
She
the
just did
bagpipes.
Freebird twice. Once
did-
with the guitar and then once without the guitar.
Yeah.
And that popped off pretty good.
Yeah, it was a weird situation where both of them went viral. One has like 2 million views on my TikTok, and then the next one has over 1 million also on my TikTok, and it was the next day. And I usually don't have back-to-back viral videos, but a repost of it also went viral on Twitter, and then another repost of it also went viral on Reddit. And so it's just like a lot of people were like, "Wow, that was
Nice.
not what I was expecting to hear today."
Now when you did before you did that, do you have the gut feel of, yep, I know this is good. I know either leading into the song, like, yes, this song is going to kick ass. This is going to be great. This is going to work. And or after you record the video, like, yes, I nailed it. I got it. It's going to go. And do you post with that confidence? Can you tell what's going to hit and what's not?
From like the many hours I spend researching my analytics, I definitely have a good idea of what's going to perform decently, but the algorithm is really difficult. You can perform really well. You can have a very good video. It can be done well. It can be like everything can fit the boxes and it won't, go viral. But there are some times where you're just like, it can't not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I
It's
think
so squarely in your alley. Yeah.
well, as far as I know, no one's played Freebird on the bagpipes before. I've tried to like look it up and I haven't seen anything. I mean, you can definitely correct me if I'm wrong, anybody, but it was one of those things where like I didn't think it was possible until I actually tried it. And I couldn't find anything of people doing it before. And so I was like, oh, it's actually possible. This has viral potential. And I was definitely like, this has the potential to go viral for sure. Because it fits into the niche of the other things that I've gotten to go viral, like Through the Fire and Flames. It repeatedly goes viral for me. Carry On My Wayward Son. And Finger Guns for that. And then, yeah, so things of that nature, those tend to be the things that get viral potential. And so this one definitely fit into, that has viral potential. But then, like, the video that I posted after, it was Hail to the King by Avenged Sevenfold.
Right.
I didn't think that was going to go viral, and it did. And then
Is there a momentum thing you think at play?
No, there's not,
Okay.
because the video I posted before that did not go viral.
Okay.
It was Freebird, shipping up to Boston, did not go viral, probably because I was promoting the tour.
Yeah.
And then Hail to the King did go viral. And then right after that, I did Hallowed Be Thy Name by Iron Maiden. And I felt so good about that one. And it
Yes.
okay, you should go watch the video because I nailed it. I nailed the guitar solo and I even like improv'd over it and like made it harder than it needed to be. And like I practiced it and I was like, this has viral potential. And then it kind of more or less flopped.
Right.
Flopped in comparison.
Yeah.
It didn't flop. It still got tens of thousands of views, but it did not get over 1 million views. You know what I mean? So
Sorry, my 50,000 view video flopped.
50,000 is great. But when you have 1.4 million followers,
Yes, I get it.
and the video before it's
Yes.
over 1 million, you hope.
Yeah, understood.
Yeah, but that was just like, that's kind of the example. I had the feeling. I was like, this could happen. This could be the one. And then it was, and I was like, I knew it.
Yeah.
But I don't
Dude.
always know it.
See, I had a weird, hold my beer one, but I'll kind of jump off of yours. There are certain things where I have that same gut feel of like a question we're going to answer on the show, or like my hot take on something, or even like when we're answering questions, if I'm doing an answer the way it's in my brain and it's coming out the right way, unlike me speaking right now, where I'm tripping over words. But when I nail it, I feel like I nail it, and you're just like, yes, this is going to be good. So I get that same kind of thing. So I don't know if it's if it's fully a hold my beer, I got this, cocky going into it, but as you're doing it, I know when it's going to work. I've had that feeling about certain products on occasion.
That makes
like
sense.
we design something or design a tartan, and it's just like, yeah, well, yeah.
Did you have that feeling with the Kilts and Culture tartan?
I did, and I didn't, and I did. When I designed the Kilts and Culture tartan, I had 4 versions. One with like more like basically they're all very, very similar to that.
Yeah.
But one where it was like more reds and like no gold. Then one with golds but no red, and then and one other one, and then this.
I love it.
And I remember like market research, asking 5 people, what they think of it. And I think we asked the mods in our Facebook group. And I kind of went around like, hey, what do you think of these 4? Which one's your favorite? What's your gut?
Yeah.
And most of the people went to that one because it was a little bit more balanced, had a little bit more interest. And I was just like, yeah. And the more I looked at it, the more I'm like, yep, it feels right. That's the one. And then we did it, and it's done very, very well. And I came across the original 4-square file of like the 4 tartans side by side, and I'm looking at them like, what was I thinking? Nope, this was definitely the one. Yeah. And now it all the others felt like something completely different, and this is what it was meant to be the whole time.
So interesting. Yeah, it like solidifies it.
Yeah.
That's so cool. I was just curious.
Yeah.
We're trying to do the outro. I got this.
Okay.
Hold my beer. All right, we put ourselves on the line here, folks. It's your turn. Down in the comments, what are your hold your beer moments? Put it down. Put it down!